Well, hey folks, how y'all doing? And oh man, Tom, what? That's not a grill. Those are grills. That's not a grill. That's a table saw, folks. So yeah, we're gonna do a kind of unboxing, assembly, and review of a portable table saw from Grizzly. Folks, give you a little background. Before I was into all this, I had a wood shop, and I tell you what, I am the best. There ain't nobody better when it comes to making sawdust. I am number one when it comes to that. I kind of miss doing that. I'd like to do kind of little projects here and there. Living in a condo now, you know, I'd like to have something a little bit more portable, but a little bit heavy duty. Now, in the past, I have bought some of these Grizzly products, and I've been very impressed with the quality. The price point has been pretty decent. They're not definitely the cheapest, but they're not definitely the most expensive. But they have some good quality here, and I tell you what we're going to do today is we're going to do an unboxing, assembly, and you know what? I'm going to do a 2x4 test and show you if this thing can cut a 2x4. Keep on watching, folks. All right, folks, as with every review I do, I always start with the box and always look at the weight to let you know what it is. The net weight on this is 41 kilograms. That means that that saw weighs 90, just a little over 90 pounds. Not quite 91, a little less than 90. So let's open the box. All right, there it is out of the box. Not a whole lot there. You can see we've got our owner's manual, looks like, on top there. I know they have a lot of this information online too. You can download a PDF of the owner's manual and parts list online too. That's another thing that I like about the Grizzly products. So I'm assuming this side of the saw and this side is a stand. So, well, I'll tell you what, let's open up this box. All right, so the contents of the second box is the stand. Everything looks pretty heavy duty here. We got nice plastic wheels, rubber, 8-inch by 1 3/4 wide, I'm assuming. So you got a little baggie full of some parts to put together and some tools. So far, so good. All right, some of the parts that are molded into the side there. We've got a push stick, some miscellaneous parts, those 2 bars, I'm not sure what those are for. But we've got our miter gauge right there. Got 2 slots in there so you can attach a piece of wood. That's nice. Got our safety stuff right there, anti-kickback fingers, and our spreader in the back. Not sure what that is, but let's keep on going here. All right, I just want to show you the instructions before we go along, and it's actually, I kind of paged through this, and I actually kind of like it. Nice pictures and step by step, and takes you all the way through to test run, you know, operation, you know. So I think it's, I've like I said before, I've bought Grizzly products before, and I've never been disappointed in the owner's manual, and this one is the same. So let's put it together. You know, sometimes it's just little things. They had the big baggie that has the stuff for putting the handles on, and then they had a separate smaller baggie just for the hardware to put the wheels on. That's a nice little touch, makes things easier. All right, folks, one of the nice features I like about this little saw is these locking legs. They are really heavy duty, and they have very positive way of locking and unlocking. So works really, really nice. And like I said, it's one of the reasons I went with Grizzly is because I knew it would be heavy duty. All right, there's a stand put together. It took me 10 minutes. If you want to know, it was just, this handle had 4 bolts and locking washers that went in the back. And then there were 2 threaded ones that went in for this handle. And then obviously 1 on each wheel. So 10 minutes, nicely built. Like I said, heavy duty. I like the little adjustable screw outs on the bottom. So if you're on some uneven ground, now it's time to take the saw and put it on there. All right, there it is on the stand, 4 bolts. That's all it took, and went in nice and easy. Let's get the rest of it put together. All right, there's a table extension, which is kind of nice, and it's got 2 stops there, so it can only go that far and that far out. It has 2 locking knobs underneath. There were 2 screws and 2 washers to put it together, and 2 cotter pins to put on the inside. Super easy. All right, table insert's pretty nice on this thing. To take it in, on and off, you've got this little knob here you turn, and got a finger hole there, pulls out just like that. You do have, what I like is that they've got 4 little Allens in there that you can adjust the height of it so you can get it right. And I do know that they sell a dado insert also, which is really cool. Comes with a blade, it's in there. It's like most saws. I'm sure it's not the best of quality blades. To remove your spreader knife and everything at the back, they've got, you can see the lever back there, and that you just flip that up like that, and the whole assembly comes out. Now they do give you 2 of them. This one is for the for blade guard, which locks in place. And then they have another one for those of you who don't like guards. They have another one so you can at least have the spreader in there to help prevent kickback instead of having the guards on there. So we'll get everything back together here. All right, then to put the blade guard in, it kind of fits in kind of cool. So you've got a slot back there, and you've got this assembly right here with a pin. Pin goes into the slot. Let's see if I can do this. Just like that. Then you got this that you just lock down. Super simple. All right, here's the miter gauge. It's really nothing to write home, but they do have some slots here. Yeah, I will mount a piece of wood on there to make it a little bit more effective. What I do like about it is that it locks in place with a channel. So that makes it so it doesn't flip out on you. Looks really nice. Fence is really kind of cool, folks. They've got a flip down on it like this, and that's for when you want to saw cut thinner material, like some thin plywood or something like that. Just gives you better control. You flip it out, and then to adjust, this is what I really like, is that it's got a gear system that adjusts not only in the front, but in the back also, like that. And then to lock it, I'll show you that, there is a lever on the side. And I'll tell you what, let's take a closer look. All right, let's take a little closer look at the fence, because this is usually what a lot of people complain about on these smaller portable saws, is that they don't lock very well or they don't hold. So it's got a locking device that's very positive, and then it's a mechanical lock. So it's not like a friction lock, it's mechanical. So when you try to move this, and I'm trying to move it, and I'm shaking the whole saw, and fence don't move. It locks on both sides. That's a nice feature. All right, there's controls for the motor, folks. You can see this is something you don't see on any other table saw. So it's got variable speed, anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 RPM. It's rated at 2 horsepower. It is a brushed motor. There are 2 brushes in it, and it does have a soft start on it, which is very impressive for a small table saw like this. See there, we've got our adjustments for the angle of cut, and other than that, I think we're ready to fire this up. And you know what? I like to do a 2x4 test. So we're going to do cross cut, and we're going to see if we can't rip a 2x4 on this. Stay tuned for that. All right, before you fire it up, folks, check the blade. Make sure that it is tight. They do give you a wrench that is right there. Nice little holder. So we got it. Let's fire it up. All right, now apparently it has some sort of load sensing device in there while you're cutting, that as you increase the load, it increases the power to the blade, which is pretty cool. You know, we need to see that. You're probably wondering, why would you need lower RPMs? And there are some material like laminates and that cut better at a lower RPM. All right, enough talking. Let's do that 2x4 test. All right, 2x4 test, folks. I've done no adjustments to this. The miter gauge, you can see she's set at 90. I have not checked the blade. Like I said, all I checked was to make sure that it is tight. So let's fire it up and do a cut, shall we? All right. That does not look half bad. It ain't perfect coming out of the box. Let's try a rip, shall we? Well, you can see it does definitely cut a 2x4. You know, obviously this is not a piece of oak, but it's a piece of 2x4. Let's tell you what, we did use dust collector. You know, I've got my little shop back there, and it has a nice port underneath there. It is an aluminum housing, not a plastic housing or nylon, so I like that. I tell you what, let's fold this up and just show you the whole package folded up. All right, to fold it up, you just put it on its side. It's got the handle back there that protects it, and then you just fold in the legs. Well, we got the opportunity here. Let's take a look underneath. You can see the aluminum housing for the blade and such. You can see the motor underneath there. Everything is in its place. Got some nice little holders on the side for like a push stick and spreader knife, and for tightening up your blade. Let's get those legs in. Like I kind of showed you in the beginning, the legs go nice positive lock there, and then lock to store. Real easy to take care of. Real easy to do. And then you're basically just ready to transport, just like that. So works pretty nice, and then obviously you can store it just like that. So I'll tell you what, I'll give you my final thoughts here. All right, folks, final thoughts on this. I haven't had a chance to really use it a lot. So my initial thoughts is it's very well built. Grizzly quality all the way around. I like a lot of the features. I like that motor. I like the soft start. I don't know how practical the variable speed is, but I like the way it's built. I like, you know, you saw me do a 2x4 test. It passed that with flying colors, no problem. I like the port in the back. I like the fact that there's some aluminum. There's a little bit more weight than a lot of them have. I like that stand. I like how it comes out and makes it more stable. The 8-inch wheels. A lot of nice things here going on for this little saw. What are my drawbacks though? Folks, shipping is a drawback. This is $385. It was $100 and some just for shipping, and then another $35 for lift tailgate service to the driveway. So that's quite a bit just for shipping. So I wish Grizzly could work on that. I know shipping is what it is these days, but overall, I wouldn't let that be an overall deterrent. This gets a thumbs up for me. I can't wait to build some projects on it and take you along on the journey as we do so. Tom Horseman at YouTube, thumbs up, leave a comment as you always do. And like I said before, many times, appreciate you watching. Thank you.